What is up, folks? Welcome back to another live stream repair. We have got a pod to wrap up here real quick. Got John's pod. Interesting one here. Seemed to have both a no sound issue with the amp and an issue with the logic board not letting it reset or restore. So what we're gonna do is give her another logic board here. This one's one of my test boards. I've already got their board over here. I'll figure out one day what's going on with that. But I have, for here now, a good working space gray board for them. So let's find them here. Let them know that we're gonna wrap their pod up, and then we'll put the rest of the repairs up on the screen there. Let's here we go. Alright, John has been messaged. Let's see who else we have up today. We've got, and what I want to look at first is Chris. Chris with a bricked HomePod. And then we'll look at Lucas with no power. And then we're going to look at George with a HomePod that they tried to fix themselves. Uh-oh, a curse. We've got a cursed pod among us. Judgment Day for George. So we'll see how bad or good George got their HomePod apart and back together, and we'll get that fixed up for him. Then we've got an anonymous no power repair. And last but not least, we've got Ron with no power. So we'll let Chris know that they're up next, and then we'll start some entertainment here. Let's see, 396 would be, there we go. All right, boring stuff is out of the way. Let's put their pod to the side, and we are going to get ourselves a good logic board to put back into John's HomePod here. So we had already taken theirs apart yesterday and done the hardware maintenance. It just needs a logic board to wrap it up. So this will be a nice and quick and easy one to warm ourselves up. Mike, welcome, welcome. Stefan, hello. Put all the anon pods as Mike. That'll confuse me. I don't know about that. I get confused easily. Did I bring the Sing Cell? I did. Unfortunately, the little one is taking a nap right now, so I can't blast him. But if she wakes up before the end of our stream today, we will most definitely blast him. Focus. Focus. Ooh, look, that's me. Hi. Okay. Pizza. Let's get this over with. Enough distractions. You are all very distracting. And by you all, I mean you, Stefan. I'll put this in my off to my side of parts over there. I'll use that display for another day, another time, another pod. I'll make sure it's in good working order first. This logic board, however, rare commodity around these parts. But easy peasy, we can just put this back in here. We already did all the hardware maintenance on the inside of this. We gave it some new DC filters to put off any death farts anytime soon, since they are ceramic caps, and all ceramic caps have a shelf life. They degrade over time, they go bad. All of them do. Scary to think about, but on the flip side, I think that these, most of the filters that fail and cause death farts in these are premature failures, rather low quality parts related failures, and not an age related failure. At least most of the ones that we've gone through the first few years. By now, yeah, I'd say it's totally a toss-up. It could totally be an age-related failure by now, but originally, I mean, you can't tell me that these things were death farting, or that the caps went bad due to age as soon as a year or two after these things were released. That seems highly unlikely. But, you know, we learn things over time, as the more we fix these and the more we just learn about electronics in general and how things behave and work and age and what's expected, what's not, what's normal. But it's interesting that sometimes we find things that, you know, if we find things and we think we're right, or we're on the right track, or we have a theory, and we share that theory with others, and then weeks, months, sometimes years down the road, we disprove our own theory, and nobody questioned it along the way. Everybody just kind of goes along with it. It's kind of wild and it's kind of scary. And I know because anyone else out there fixing these things right now is saying the exact same thing that I was saying up to this point. All these filters fail due to age. And I don't think that's the case. No, not most of them. Not at least up to this point. So bit of a test there for everyone that's out there fixing these things and using my info to do it. I don't care, but don't just copy me. Learn what the hell you're doing before you start charging people money to do it. Understand what it is you're doing. And if you think I'm wrong about something, call me out. Ooh, you'd put yourself in such a bad spot if you, It's still a safe assumption to make that inevitably all of the filters will go bad and lead to death farts. I'm not saying that. I still think that's true. But I do think I have to walk back the part about all of them up to this point being an age-related failure. I highly doubt most of them up to this point were failures due to age. Once again, we've been seeing these having death farts as early as maybe like a year, even less than that, but a year or two into their production. So, take of that what you will, but we finally got John working again here. I'll set that up, reset it, update it, reset it a few more times, make sure that logic board's as solid as we can reasonably test without taking too much time. Cheers. We got the big we got the big one. We got the one that with the HomePod on the stand. It's about as tall as that HomePod. Cheers. Almost unwieldy, might I say. Where's my power cable? Let's get Chris booted up here. Confirm their issue. Supposedly, it's a brick, and oh, Lord save us, it's a space gray brick. We all know we love space gray bricks around here, and trying to find ourselves the logic boards. That's interesting. Why did that boot right up? 396. Let's make sure we've got the right issue here. 396. Chris. It turns on but boot loops. Boots indefinitely won't set up. Oh yeah. We should probably check and see here. Let me go grab my test phone. Let's see. I'll go ahead and check our messages with them and make sure we didn't miss nothing here. No, there's nothing. I'm gonna go double check their box too, make sure I wrote the right name down on that tape. Yep, we got the right person, the right pod. Update in progress. 15. That's probably the issue. The rest of their home and everything they've got is probably too new to really play nice enough with this and let them add it and update it. Or maybe this is as far as they got and it won't update for us. But we'll give it some time here. I'm gonna set this over. I'm gonna leave it plugged in and let it do its thing while we move on to the next one here. They did opt for the hardware maintenance, so if all this needed was for our blessing with our test account here to get it updated.
Now playing Apple Music 1.
No. I noticed that the older versions tend to be much more responsive to touch. Alright. Well, I suppose it's time to look at Lucas's pod. We'll keep a peeking at Chris's pod on my test home there. But let's let Lucas know that they are up now. That was quick. Yes, it was. Yes, that is has how fast setting up a HomePod should be if you only have a couple of them in your home. The more you have, the longer it takes, for whatever reason. Have we let Lucas know? I don't think we have. Let's shoot Lucas a message real quick. And since George is up next, we'll go ahead and let them know. Boring stuff done. Alright. What have we got here? No lights, no power. Couple of watts from the wall. Looks like a pretty straightforward diode replacement to me. Let's get that replaced. Was that a DJI Phantom 3? It was yeah. I've got a Phantom 3, I've got an Inspire 1, and I've got an original Matrice. And I've got two regular Phantoms. Like OG Phantoms. And I've got a Mavic 3 Zoom. No, Mavic 2 Zoom, I'm sorry. And I have a smart controller. First gen smart controller, the one that runs Android 7. And I have a Crystal Sky. Yeah, I'm kind of a drone guy. I was kind of a drone guy, and then it got weird. Flying drones got weird. I'll leave it at that. And I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. But I kept them all, just in case. Very nice, clean pull. See if we can't clean this up too. Before we send it back to them. I love how it's crackling without me even prying on it yet. I'm willing to bet it's gonna just pop right off. Yeah. Beautiful. Here's one of those maintenance items that we replace, is this old foam subwoofer gasket. We'll put it in a nice new solid rubber replacement when we put this back together. As for this glue, it doesn't need... wonderful. It doesn't need to be... that glue doesn't need to be replaced. It's kind of just there to make things more difficult. And we're not here to make things more difficult for future generations. We're here to make things better and easier. I'm not messing with that. Not here, not today. Some of Tim's tears off to auto soften that up. Wow, maybe not. We might be dealing with a screw extraction here. Just keep working it. Patience here. I'd rather take an extra minute or two on the screw than an extra 10 having to replace it. Okay, that's all of them. Let's get that power supply out of there. Get you guys up close, and we are almost at the fun part here. we are in it. Let's go ahead and knock out a little bit of maintenance first. Let's get those fart filters out of the way. Yeah, I might not be the fastest, but we will we keep it efficient around here. We'll get all 4 of those replaced.
Oh, I see it. I'll straighten that out.
Beautiful. Do we have enough room in there?
I think I gave it room.
Yes, we did. Let's flip it around and get that dead diode out of here. This is what's causing our power issue. 48K dated. That's part of the batch that we expect to see failing and causing no power. So no news here. Same old failure. I'm not even gonna check it. I know it's dead. Did that pod update? Oh yeah, we'll check in a minute here. Should be just about ready by now. Actually, with 15, might take another minute. Old diode be gone. Bigger, better, higher quality diode that won't fail again. Here we go. Oh, a little ball there. I'm going to go ahead and push that around. Make that part of it again. Perfect. Need not, waste not, something like that. Let's get this put back together and see if it works. Goodness if disassembly and reassembly don't take longer than the actual repairs. It's downloading. Unfortunately, I haven't had time yet. Been a little busy. Might be able to tonight. But you know, I don't want to just play it on my phone. I want to play it on my speakers. Ah! It's updated. It's on 18.3 now. .3. Go figure. Well, we'll put it through its paces. See if we can't make it experience any issues overnight before we give it some hardware maintenance tomorrow. Go ahead and let them know. See if we can get any clarification on what its issue originally was. It's strange because their repair request implies that it's been broken like that for about 2 years now. And it's kind of sad that we get it and we literally just set it right up without a problem and update it. I need to put together a troubleshooting guide. Things for people to try before they send them in to us. Perez, welcome. Yeah, we're not going anywhere unless Apple steals us. But I wouldn't take a job for them unless it was working on some kind of HomePod or audio product. The next big speaker thing. That would be the only thing to get me to stop fixing HomePods, because I would have to stop fixing HomePods if I took a job at Apple. And yeah, I'm not giving these up unless I'm working on something else like it. All right. Let's let the next repair know that they're up next here. 3397. And
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
oh, that sounds like an old Siri
I'm having
almost.
trouble connecting.
I wonder how long. Oh, looks like we need to redo the volume buttons on that one, but no big deal. It needs to get cleaned up before I send it back to them. So, but we've got that one all fixed up. We'll give it a good clean and realign that display. Let's take a look at George's here. I'm not going to plug it in because I don't know what they may or may not have done properly or improperly, and I don't want to cause more issues. And I did tell them, don't worry about putting it all the way back together too proper. Just enough screws to keep things from floating around in shipping. So I won't go too hard on them, but they did give us full permission to judge their work here, so let's dig in. If I'm not mistaken, too, they basically took it all the way apart, diagnosed that the diode was faulty, but didn't go any further, and then decided to put it back together and reach out to us and have us do the board repair. So right off the bat, I mean, looks like you did a pretty good job on the top here. You did scratch the middle just a little, enough to make it show through a little bit. So what we can do for that, a little like chalk marker here, I can just fill that in. and it's gone. Well, I mean, if you know where to look, you can see it, but you're not going to notice it unless you're really looking for it. Unless you know what to look for. Alright, looks like they did the big no-no here, and they went in between the layers of the display. Easy to do, especially if it's your first time. You don't know exactly what's the best way to get in and how it should or shouldn't feel. But they didn't break the ambient light sensor off. That is very impressive, I will say. So this is most likely perfectly reusable. We'll just stick it back together really good. The mesh here, no big deal. Can't blame anyone for not wanting to get that done right. Everything else looking okay so far. Ribbon cable's in great shape. Ooh, I do notice a problem here. You notice how there's this gap. It's actually big enough for me to fit my whole tool under there. Check this out. That could have been a problem. And we're really lucky that that didn't happen in shipping. I'll show you guys why that happened in a second here once we get this all apart. Because that shouldn't happen. Glued or not, even if it was glued together, that would have, we would have still been able to do that. Doesn't look like you chewed up the subwoofer too bad. And you avoided the ribbon cable. Good job. So here is where they went wrong putting this back together here. We'll get this ring out. We don't need that foam subwoofer gasket. I'm going to replace it with a good old solid rubber one. So as I was saying, here is what they did wrong, and this is very, very critical. This ring in particular, I shouldn't be able to just lift that right out. It should be locked in like this. And with it locked in, everything else can screw into it and it doesn't pop back out. The reason why it did that is because they went and they put this just back in like that. You have to line up your tab here, line it up with your ribbon cable, set this down, and then rotate it counterclockwise about 90 degrees, a little more until it drops down, and then you want to rotate it back just far enough to line back up with the ribbon cable. It's absolutely critical you do not tighten it farther than this, because this will push down on this microphone board right here and break these chips off and cause a lot more problems for yourself. So that's why that happened, and that's what else to avoid if you're trying it yourself too there. Let's get this apart the rest of the way and knock out that repair for them, and we'll get it put back together nice and proper. another mistake made here. This connector for the ribbon cable, your intuition will fool you. That is unlocked. I can just pull that right out. If you want to lock it into place, you have to put the ribbon cable in there and then push and lock that down. And that keeps it there. This is the number one thing that people mess up. So we'll unlock that so we can remove it. Oh yes, I've reorganized my website a little bit, just a little. If you head over to nixfix.com and you check out the known issues section, I've broken things down to most common, less common, and common mistakes. So like things that I often see people mess up after they tried their own repairs. Should make the list of issues as a whole less intimidating for people to go through when they're trying to fix their own stuff. We're in it. Let's go ahead and knock out our maintenance first. Give it some new DC filters since these love to go bad and cause death farts. Let's knock out that dead diode. There it is, 4.6 dated. I'll get another diode ready here. Oh, no way, Stefan. If you do, let me know. And if you're ever in Washington, I'll make the trip to say hi. I would offer, come over or get a beer or something, but I think you're a little young still. That's it. Let's get this back together. Sure they didn't bump these caps here and separate them from the board. Some of these screws are a tight fit, so I can see someone with a larger screwdriver knocking those off and making them loose. Oh, you know what would be funny? You know what would be funny, Stefan, is if I fostered you. Because that's a thing. I could totally take you in as or not a foster, an exchange student. Like we could house you for a year as an exchange student. That would be a lot less weird than just, frankly, that would be a lot less weird than just inviting you over to hang out. And then I teach you the ways. And then you take our ways back to Serbia. And you start HomePod fixes in Serbia. I don't think there's anyone else over there offering repairs too. Yeah, host parent. That would be really cool, but I don't want to put that pressure on my wife, so. Where is, I'll just grab another one. Whatever. Make sure nothing else is in there. There is one guy. Oh, shots fired. Shots fired. There we go. That's not going anywhere. Nice and proper. Uh-oh. I don't feel any adhesive left on there. I'm gonna be bad. Actually, this isn't that bad at all because I'm gluing to the I'm gonna glue to the foam adhesive that's on this ribbon cable. It's just not sticky anymore. So if someone ever goes to take this apart again, it's not the end of the world. It'll just tear the foam adhesive apart as it does normally when you take these things apart. So assuming that sticks, we'll see. He has a bunch of half-star reviews. Oh man, do I have them on my website? I'd prefer not to if someone's got a bunch of bad reviews. No, that's not. Oh, that did stick. Okay, cool. I'll take it. I'm happy to take it back if it causes issues in the future, but I think that will work pretty well. I would assume, based on how this mesh is like separating like that, they must have used some heat to take this apart. Maybe too much. Yep, I'm gonna reuse that. No reason not to. Go ahead and hit it with a little rubbing alcohol to soften that up. Two more, here we go.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. I'm having trouble connecting.
Very good, very good. All right.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
I need to ask George if they want us to reset and update this or not. But that is fixed and ready to go. Let's move on to number 3397 here. No lights, no power. Couple of watts from the wall. Y'all know the drill. Here we go. Oh no. Looks like a bit of a casualty here. That's on the worst spot too. Oh, that's worse than I thought. That's all cracked right there. Wow. Okay, I'll just replace that. It's a little too lost for trying to weld back together. I think I remember the box that this one came in. It was one of the ones that we provide, but unfortunately it was like caved. It was quite smashed up. So I will be I'll be getting my dollar dues back from insurance for the damage on this one. And by that I mean I'll go through the insurance for like the $10 or $20 I charge for these replacement baskets. And I probably won't bother. I'll just eat it. I'll eat the cost and the broken part. That's what it should look like. Oh yeah, and it's not just that. We've also got... Where was it? Where was it? Yeah. That's not good. So that's, we'll just replace that. Pretend nothing happened there. Y'all know the drill. Let's do it. And now on to the diode that caused our power issue. Of course, 48K date code on there. We got one more after this, and then and that's it. And it was a late day, so we gotta go after that one. Unfortunately, Wednesdays tend to be the days with less time. Oh, get back here. Back here. What the heck? I think it might be time for some new tweezers here. Yeah, nothing else after run. That's it. That's everything that showed up. Actually, there are two more, but one of them, I think the guy's out of town for a while, so I don't want to fix it until a little closer. And the other one requested not to have it streamed, so we're obliging. And there is a third one that I also can't stream, but nothing special with those ones. They just don't want them streamed. Last melon.
I'm having.
Beautiful. Here we go. That's some good gaffer's tape, I'll say that. We've got Ron's pod, and that's it. What's it got here? No lights, no power. A couple of watts from the wall. Y'all know the drill, let's dig in. to start with our 4 filters. These have nothing to do with the power issue at hand, but they do often go bad and cause death farts and all sorts of bass issues. Often enough that they've warranted us replacing them every time we take one of these HomePods apart for any other repair. And I don't want to get this back for something that we can prevent if we can reasonably help it. Adam, welcome. Do I sell these? I do. I sell them for $170 shipped within the US, or $160 plus whatever international shipping wherever you are if you're outside. And they get the same treatment and the same warranty that all the repairs do here. They get new filters to prevent death farts. They get a new Schottky diode if it's got one that causes no power, like this one here with 48K date code. They get a 1-year warranty. They get a new subwoofer gasket. Nice solid rubber to replace the old crusty foam stuff. I got black and white ones. If I've got time, I refurbish them and put them together for you on stream. I've got custom colored ones. If you can think of the color, I can probably make it for you. It's a little extra, but got some great results out of some colors. My favorites are the red, green, and blue. But pink is pink always turns out excellent. Oh yeah, I only do first gens. All my homies hate second gen HomePods. I'll fix the second gen, but I don't sell any second gens. Cause I don't got any. First gen, best gen. You can often find a good deal on used and even refurbished second gen HomePods all over the place.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. For more info, check the home app.
Oh, folks, that's about it for here and now. Hope you all enjoyed this live stream repair, and I hope to catch you in the next one.